Hi, welcome back to Nini's Kitchen, or welcome for those who are joining for the first time. I am your Nini, your kind of fun aunt who will be willing to teach you some tips and tricks and just general basic skills that you may or may not have learned as you've been growing up, and we have no shame in that. Tonight we are making spaghetti. And I like spaghetti. It's a very easy recipe, very beginner friendly. The recipe is super easy because it's a lot of ones. I have about 1 pound or 1 package 90-10 ground beef. I like the 90-10 because it doesn't have too many extra oils that you might have to drip out. I've got 1 package of spaghetti. I like the whole grain, but you could use just regular not whole grain spaghetti, or angel hair, or thin spaghetti, or anything in that spaghetti family. We have 1 onion, we have 1 jar of spaghetti sauce, any variety. I've got Parmesan Romano, but meat sauce, plain marinara, whatever fancy makes you happy. I would normally have 1 clove of garlic, but I'm at the very, very end, so I've got 3 tiny cloves, and most of this goes into a pot. Now, about 10 minutes ago, I started water in my big pan to get water boiling so that we can put in the spaghetti noodles, the pasta noodles, so that we can get it all cooked up. So now I'm just chopping up my onion. Now I cut it in half after I cut off the top and bottom so that it peels off real easy. Yes, I'm losing some oniony goodness in this, but it's not a ton and it makes it a lot easier. Now, just kind of cutting my onion into strips in little half circles, and then I'm going to give them, onions have layers. Our 3rd dimension is already cut for us, so here we go. This is about a dice. It's a pretty chunky dice, but smaller it would be minced. Now I'm going to get a container to put these in. My handy dandy mixing bowls. I got them from Nana when I moved out. So if they've been in the family, they might be as old as I am. Set that aside. Now let's get our garlic. This is a garlic trick I learned from Grandpa Bob. We have the skin on. Push down on our knife, and that makes the skin come off a little bit easier. Got our garlic bits. It works a lot better on the bigger cloves, I must admit, but we are down to the dregs of garlic here in our house, and this is a travesty to Uncle B. These a quick chop. Now Garlic is a polarizing flavor. Some people love it, some people hate it. So put as much in as your heart desires. This is pretty much all we need as far as cutting prep goes. And the spaghetti water is boiling, so I'll see you in a few seconds. Hi, welcome back, and we've got our cameras now set up so you can watch me cook. I'm going to turn this on. While I wait for the pan to cook, our pot of water for our spaghetti is boiling, so I'm going to drop that in. Yes, I drop in the whole pound. None of it will tell you that I like butter and cheese on my spaghetti growing up. So having a little extra spaghetti. So just added in olive oil. Kind of coat the bottom of the pan, as always. I'm going to drop in our garlic. Going to drop in our onion from earlier. Now we will open and drop in our pack of ground beef. Breaking it up. This will eventually crumble further as we season and continue to saute this. Now, as you probably saw earlier, I've got a whole bunch of spices. For the first two, I must always use our salt, and we'll just shake that over the pan. And pepper. Shake that over the pan. Now I've got some spices I associate with Italian flavoring, which is oregano, basil, and a little bit of crushed red pepper. I also call these roasted red pepper flakes. Now we're going to stir all these together. So what we're looking for is the ground beef to brown. That is when it turns from this mostly pinky color to this brown color. And it takes a bit. And it would go a little bit faster if I had a wider frying pan. And I'm using a saucepan because I'm eventually going to add in our gelatin spaghetti sauce. In order to have fewer pans for washing, and Uncle B does all the washing, so not most of the washing, but shout out to him being the best husband. We're gonna get this pretty much. Now, if you don't have all of the spices, that's okay. spaghetti sauce. Comes with a pretty decent blend of spices in it. This is I add for my own enjoyment. But if you don't have any, it can still come out wonderfully delicious. If you feel like adding some more flavors that you associate with Italy, go right ahead. And you can never go wrong with a little salt and pepper. Okay, now we can see our ground beef. It's gotten mostly brown all the way. There's some far more little crumbs. And that's what we're looking for a meat sauce. Going to bring this to a saute. Once we kind of get there, we're going to lower the heat a little bit. We don't want it to get to a super boil. Now, a hint that would make your recycling like you a lot better is if you've got something that's going to be sauteing for a while, fill the rest of the jar with some water and pour that in, and then your jar is pretty much clean. Now we can see we're already getting simmering up here. I want the heat down a little bit lower. We're looking kind of for fairly small bubbles or slow bubbles. So I just turned the heat down. It may take a little bit about, especially since I just added water. Making room in my sink for the strainer. So, yeah, got our small bubbles out here. They're not quite as fast as they were, and that's what we like. To simmer off a little bit of the water that we just poured in, but we don't want it to boil. In a few seconds, our pan of spaghetti, there we go, is going to be done. And I want you one last stir to this. Keep an eye on it while I dump the pasta. We know our sauce is heated up enough, and our pasta was just drained. So we are about ready to put it all together into a wonderful, tasty dish. So this was how you make pasta sauce. To make the pasta, you just boil the water, dump in the pasta, give it a little stir every so often. Drain it when it's ready. The cooking times will appear on the box. you can do this. You can use sausage, you can use ground turkey, you can use ground chicken. You can add a few more vegetables if you want a more vegetable-y sauce. I like to use zucchini in the summertime when they're in season. But here we go. This is a pretty easy recipe. So if you think you'll like it, leave a like in the video. If you want to see more recipes like this, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to upload every Sunday. And as always, I love you. I believe in you. You can do it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.